Welcome to Ensenada, Mexico, also known as the Cinderella of the Pacific. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love Ensenada.
I was just a gamer back in 69. Thank you.
Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Ensenada, Mexico. Population around 350,000. Now just for context, we have a map here where we have circled Ensenada. Ensenada is an hour and 45 minutes from Tijuana and 2 hours and 45 minutes from San Diego. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love Ensenada. People love Ensenada because of Avenida Lopez Mateos. When you first arrive in Ensenada, especially if it's on a cruise ship, the first thing you're going to hear about is Avenida Lopez Mateos, also known as Cal Primera. The 4 blocks of this avenue between Cal Castillo and Avenida Rivalo are prime time for shopping and soaking up the tourist vibe. Flanked on either end with everything from leather and silver shops to restaurants and hotels, this is the heart of the action in Ensenada. Whether you're sipping on a latte or snacking on delicious seafood or buying a poncho or embroidered textiles, Avenida Lopez Mateos has a shop to please. Hotels are abundant here, from the Baha'i and Villa Fontana Inn to Hotel Villa Marina and Hotel Mission Santa Isabel. By afternoon, the air is filled with the sounds of mariachi music that waft out onto the avenue from the bustling restaurants. Located in the port area, it's close to the heart of downtown and the perfect jumping off point from which to dive into the more local sides of Ensenada. People love Ensenada because of the History Museum. To fully understand the story of Ensenada, it's best to start at the beginning. That's why it's worth a trip to the History Museum of Ensenada. This is the best place for a comprehensive look into the history of the region from pre-Hispanic times through to the Spanish colonial conquest and up to the present. Through artifacts like beads and pots to historic photographs and modern-day gardens, the history of Ensenada comes to life. What's even more interesting is that the museum is housed within the Riviera del Pacifico building, which used to be a lavish casino in the early 20th century during Prohibition. Not only is it an architectural marvel, but its walls tell the story of visiting celebrities like Lucy and Desi Arnaz, as well as seedy characters like Al Capone. Not only are the exhibits of the museum interesting, but the murals, paintings, and stunning ceilings of the building are works of art in themselves. People love Ensenada because of the water show at Parque de la Bandera. Ensenada is home to a small but vibrant Malecon, which is a seawall that runs along the water's edge. While strolling the Malecon, be sure to stop by El Parque de la Bandera. Translated as Park of the Flag, you'll recognize the park by none other than a towering flagpole. Some say the massive Mexican flag here that towers over the park is the largest in Mexico and will be very easy to see why. Within the park is a small playground and a bandshell that often hosts live music, but the most exciting part of the park are the dancing fountains. Every evening from 8 p.m., the fountains spring to life, putting on a live water show synced to music and splashed with festive lighting. If you've ever been to the Bellagio in Las Vegas, you'll know the hypnotizing power of a dancing water show set to a soundtrack. It's a wonderful time of night when locals and tourists pause together to watch the energetic music display. People love Ensenada because of Plaza Civica. In the heart of Ensenada is Plaza Civica, the town's main square. A stroll through the central plaza will shed light on some of Mexico's important historic events. The park is locally known as Three Heads Park because of the 3 giant golden busts of figures from Mexico's history. Take a look at the busts for some of the country's most notable figures. To know more about each of them, take a look at the plaques on each bust. But more than history, the plaza offers lovely ocean views, which make for great photo ops as well. Plaza Civica is lined with vendors who are selling everything from street food to crafts to jewelry and books. People love Ensenada because of Rancho Los Bandidos. One of the most popular things to do in Ensenada is to head over to Rancho Los Bandidos for a trail ride. The ranch is an actual working ranch in the foothills of the Sierra San Padre Marta Mountains. It's a true trip back in time to the Wild West days of Baja California. Riders are paired with horses that match their skill, which makes it safe and a relaxing adventure for the day. The trails wind to the San Miguel Hills, which opens to stunning views over Ensenada, including the coastline and the Pacific Ocean. After the trail ride, guests head back to the ranch for chips and salsa, tacos, and snacks. This activity is popular with cruisers who can arrange for shore excursions, but anyone is welcome to the ranch for a ride. The entire excursion lasts about 2 hours, and Rancho Los Bandidos is about 20 minutes from the cruise terminal. People love Ensenada because of La Bufadora. The area of Mexico on which Ensenada sits is known for its geological strata that includes one of the largest blowholes in North America. La Bufadora is caused from the ocean waves that push air and water through a very narrow passage in the rocks. That said, the legend says that the Bufadora is the result of a whale that was once wedged between the rocks. Over the years, the whale turned to stone and has been lodged ever since. Whichever version you choose to believe, the result is one of the largest marine geysers in the world. People love Ensenada because of the hiking of El Salto Canyon. Lace up your hiking boots and get wild in the raw, unspoiled nature of the Baja Peninsula. Hit the trails in El Salto Canyon. The steep, black rock canyon slices through the Guadalupe Valley, offering dramatic terrain with steep walks, dark crevices, and snaking trails. The best way to experience the canyon is to hire the expertise of a guide who can point out the kingbirds and red-tailed hawks that circle the sky. The El Salto Canyon Trail is a 4.9-mile loop that is not for the faint of heart. The trail is frequented by rock climbers and experienced hikers. In fact, much of the trail is unmarked and bouldering is required. People love Ensenada because of the proximity to Rosarito. While you're in Ensenada, you may want to pop over to one of Mexico's other best-known beach towns, Rosarito. Once upon a time, Rosarito was a getaway for the Hollywood A-listers who would cross the border to escape prohibition in the United States. About an hour up the coast, Rosarito is today known for its explosive sunsets, wildlife, spas, and beaches. In fact, Rosarito Beach has been a surfer's mecca for decades. Even if you're not a surfer, the beaches are known for their ATV tours, snorkeling, fish tacos, and sun worshippers. The town is also heralded for its extreme sports like hiking and dirt biking to motorcycles. People love Ensenada because of the extreme sports. Baja California's rugged terrain, unspoiled beaches, and pounding surf have made it a paradise for adventure lovers for many years. Ensenada is no different, and in fact, it's one of the best places to visit in Mexico for extreme sports. Surfing is the main attraction, which is the official or unofficial sport of the Baja Peninsula and has been for nearly a century. In fact, the first surf contest in Baja, the Baja Surf Club International, was held here in the 1960s. Today it's one of the most popular surf towns in Mexico, which means it can get a little crowded on weekends and in the summer. Fall is the optimal time for surfing in terms of weather and crowds. But visitors to Ensenada can do more than surf. ATV rentals are popular for cruising along the sandy beaches. You can book your ATV tour or rent by the hour. Visitors also love to skydive, kayak, snorkel, or even charter sport fishing day trips out to sea. Keep your eyes peeled for whales. People love Ensenada because of the walking along the Malecon. Most port cities in Mexico have paved sea paths that hug the coastline. These sea paths are known as the Malecons, and they are often thriving centers of activity for both locals and visitors. The Malecon in Ensenada is no exception. A stroll along this bustling sea path takes you past vibrant outdoor booths, hawking souvenirs, fish markets, taco stands, and live music, all with spectacular views of the wild and rugged Pacific coast. Stroll past Plaza Civica for a look at the historic bust before heading into the open market, where you'll see local fishermen selling their day's catch. The other end of the market has a string of restaurants where the food is about as fresh as it can be. The best time to stroll the Malecon is at sunset, where you'll have uninterrupted views of the magnetic colors. Be sure to keep your eyes peeled for the massive flagpole that stands more than 300 feet tall. The reasons provided in this video are not all the reasons why people love Ensenada. If you've got a reason why you love Ensenada, pop it in the comment section. I'll make another video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Ciao for now!